Iowa is currently having another gun control debate, and this one is bizarre, and it's sensitive, and it's interesting. They're debating permitting blind people to carry guns in public. Now, don't get me wrong, we have the Americans with Disabilities Act, and it's there for a reason. I think that Americans with disabilities should be treated the exact same way that everyone else is, but when it comes to public safety, we have to draw the line somewhere. So these lawmakers across the country, we're currently debating gun control and gun safety. Law enforcement officials in Iowa are split on whether the state should issue guns to blind people. So far, the state has already issued several such permits, though it's not tracked how many. Their advocates for the permits are making a strong legal case because refusing to issue permits to people with visual impairments could very well violate ADA, American with Disabilities Act, which prohibits people with disabilities from being treated differently under the law. Likewise, unlike driving, which is considered a privilege, and that's why some people have restrictions on their driver's license, you know, they can't drive during dusk times or they just can't drive altogether, gun ownership is generally understood to be a constitutional right because of that Fourth Amendment, making it difficult to impose limitations on it.
Second Amendment.
Did I say Fourth?
Yes.
Second Amendment. What do you think, Richard?
Well, I mean, this is the first time I'm hearing this, but I mean, that was the first thing I said. Well, blind individuals can't drive cars, and I think, I mean, you know, I support the ADA as well and support people with disabilities, but to some extent, you know, there's things that you cannot do. You know, it's like having somebody who's hearing impaired be a stenographer. I mean, they wouldn't want to be a stenographer, but they really, you know what I mean? You have to, you understand what I'm trying to say here. The point I'm trying to make simply is, you know, to have a gun and to shoot a gun, you have to sort of be able to see your target and shoot your target, and giving a blind individual a gun, while it isn't right, you know, you know, but this is everything beyond this point. This is just what you call the NRA's expansion of gun ownership, and making sure that as many people have guns as possible in their, you know, and so they're in the crazy world that they live in.
Yeah, and I mean, I think it's just the fear-mongering aspect of it as well. I mean, why are people, and you know, using blind people as an example in this case, but in people in general, are so worried that even blind people who hopefully shouldn't have to worry about shooting someone because they're, you know, visually impaired, are so scared because, you know, organizations like the NRA are telling them they need to be scared and they need to have a gun, that they're stocking up on these weapons and trying to change the laws.
I agree.
But legally, what do you think, Richard? Is this going to pass because of that Second Amendment?
Probably will. Who knows with this NRA?
It's crazy, but in the interest of public safety, I think it's a bad idea. I think that we can find better ways to keep our communities safe other than having a blind community watch.